Blog Talk Radio.
Writing your book is the easy part. Promoting your book so readers can find and purchase it is the hard part. Welcome to the Author Chat Show, hosted by author-publisher Lynda D. Brown. Follow us at www.facebook.com/authorchat. And to contact the show to promote your book, contact me at theauthorchatshow@gmail.com. Stay tuned and listen to today's show.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Author Chat Show. I'm your host, Lynda D. Brown. My guest today is author and internet marketing guru, Kimya L. Scott, known online as Miss Kimya on social media sites. She's going to be discussing her book, I'm on Social Media. Now what do I say? And I know that so many people, myself included, we can really relate to this. I was blessed to get a copy of this book, and I have to tell you, it's a real eye-opener. So if you are an author or an online marketer, this is a radio interview you definitely want to listen to. Before we bring Miss Kimya on, this will be her first time on the Author Chat Show, we're going to take a word from today's sponsor.
Primestar Publicity and Public Relations is a full-service firm ready to fill the needs of their clients. Owner Helen Cook has more than 32 years of publicity, public relations, advertising, and marketing experience, and she focuses her professional talents on working with her clients' strengths to create customized, strategic campaigns, whether their needs are great or small. Radio, TV, print, internet, publicity, marketing, creating a social media presence, branding, client positioning, author tours, speaking events. These are just some of the services Primestar provides for their clients. For a complete list of services and other information about the company, please visit our website, www.primestarpublicity.com, or email Helen at helen.cook@primestarpublicity.com, or phone 903-654-0938. Primestar's home office is located in the Houston, Texas area.
All right, and welcome back to the show. For those of you just tuning in, my guest today is author and internet marketing guru, Kimya L. Scott. This is Kimya's first time on the Author Chat Show, and we're going to be talking about her new book, I'm on Social Media. Now what do I say? It's a comprehensive content and engagement strategy guide for entrepreneurs. Kimya, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lynda. Thank you for having me.
It is an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. And Kimya, not only is it a pleasure, it's really like a call for help, because your book, I'm serious, your marketing guide has some great strategic information in there for those of us that are online and we're not really seeing any engagement from our from the audience that we're trying to get. And I know for sure that I've been online for well over, maybe 5 years now. And I'm still not where I need to be. So before we start talking about the book, why don't we get started by you telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Lynda. So my name is Kimya, otherwise known as Miss Kimya online, and I am an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a train, and I'm a social media manager. I'm a marketing strategist for small businesses, coaches, consultants, authors, and the like who do not have the budget to hire a full marketing department or do not have the expertise to really do it themselves. And so I'm like your tour guide. So I help you navigate the social media terrain to really get results, whether it's engagement on social media, whether it's people getting people to click from social media to go to your website, whether it's figuring out what content to share on your blog, whether it's figuring out what content to share on your social media or your email marketing campaigns. I provide a combination of online and offline marketing to really drive results, because it's not just about social media. There's definitely strategic tactics you can take offline as well to market your business, and so that's essentially what I do. I have a do-it-yourself blog. I call it my Ridiculously Awesome Do-It-Yourself blog for anyone that needs tips and how-tos on marketing. A lot of people can tell you what to do about marketing, but they don't tell you how to do it. And so the way I write my blog is like I'm sitting next to you and I'm telling you, okay, this is how you do it. This is step 1. This is step 2. That's really the way I write, because every blog post I write, I want you to be able to walk away with something that you can use that day. In addition, I do work with corporations, whether it's speaking at workshops or training other marketing departments that are not particularly online savvy, to get them up to speed on how their firm can get ready to use social media and really use it as a real practical marketing tool to achieve whatever results they're trying to get in their company.
Wonderful. Now, Kimya, do you have a background in marketing?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I actually, yes, that explains my love of this sport here. I do actually have a bachelor's and a master's degree in marketing. So I understand the foundation of marketing prior to social media, and social media and digital marketing is just like really icing on the cake. You know, that's why I've embraced it, but that's why I love what most people run away from, because I have a love of marketing in its most intimate forms, whether it's the psychology of color theory, whether it's branding, or whether it's what to tweet today at 6 o'clock. I absolutely love marketing.
Great. And Kimya, with that in mind, and I agree with you, I think that you really have to have a love for what you're doing in order to really make it successful. I have a love for what I'm doing. I don't really have a marketing background, just the things that I've kind of picked up over the years. And like I said, I'm running into some difficulties. But before, and is that, can you tell me what inspired you to write? I'm on social media, now what do I say? Were you getting a lot of people saying that they needed help?
Absolutely. Because I am on social media, people ask me questions all the time, whether they're a client or not. They just ask me random questions. They might tweet me a question. They might send me a Facebook question on my Facebook page. And I answer everybody. I tell people, if you ask me a question, as you know, Lynda, you ask me a question, I'm going to answer you. And so I got a lot of people using social media, but they literally didn't know what to say. And that's where the book title came from, as I was trying to figure out what to call the book. Because what's in the book is what I tell my clients if you were to hire me one-on-one. And so I really tried to, make it as broad as I could without going into specific industry. But when people call me, that's what they're asking me. I'm already on social media. Okay, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to post? And so that's where the title came from. I'm literally telling you what to say.
Exactly. And there are so many of us that really need to know what to say because, and here's my experience, Kimya, and I think as an author you could probably relate to this, and since most of my listening audience are basically authors, I think they can also relate to it as well. When my first book came out in 2010, I got on, of course, I think we all jump onto all the social media sites, thinking, okay, I can promote my book here, I can promote my book there. What I found, were two things. Number one, that a lot of people had no clue what to say or how to promote their books online. And number two, they weren't really sure which one of the social media sites were going to work better for them. So what would you say to authors in that situation?
Well, authors, what I will say to you is this. If you jump on social media without having a marketing plan, it's really, you're just really reacting and trying to play catch up, and you're just randomly posting things. The issue when people jump on social media is that they're doing so without having a marketing plan. And they don't have a plan for using it. Like you said, you just jump on. And I admit, when I started social media, I did the same thing. We all did the same thing. We literally jumped on and said, okay, I'm here. And then we're like a deer in the headlights. Okay, now what am I supposed to do?
That's right.
But that's really it. We all experience that. So, one, I tell people don't beat yourself up because we all did the same. We all do this. But what I will say is while you're on social media or before you get on, if you're not on yet, think about why you are using social media. As an author, of course, you want to sell books, but that's not really a reason, and here's why. Any business wants to sell their stuff. So that really has nothing to do with being an author or a shoe designer or if you sell forks. That's all the same thing. We know you want to sell, but what is it? Take it a step further. What do you want to do? Are you trying to build your reading audience? Are you trying to get people engaged in the type of content you write? Let's say you're a nonfiction writer and you're writing about, let's say domestic violence. I'm just being completely random. I'm going to guess that as a writer, you wrote your book not only to sell books, but you wrote your book because you wanted to share your message and get awareness around your subject. And so that's why you get on social media. So if you want to build awareness around your subject or you want to communicate with other people in that niche, that's why you're on social media. So think about it from that perspective. Once you know why you're on social media, then you can figure out what to say. So let's say I'll use fiction because a lot of people that write nonfiction, they write with a purpose. So that might be a little bit easier to understand in this example. But suppose you write fiction, and suppose you're like, okay, well, I just want to write fiction. I had these great stories. I don't really have an angle. I challenge you. You have an angle. You're writing in whatever niche, whether it's romance, paranormal, fantasy, whatever niche you're writing in, those are the people you want to target. So you want to talk to people that are interested in your niche. They may perhaps love some TV shows or movies that are in your niche. And so you can talk to them not just about your book and your content, but talk to them about other people and other pop culture things in your niche. That's a way to look at using social media to not only sell books and get people interested in your book, but get them interested in the genre as a whole. That's really the way you can bridge the gap from me being a solo writer who nobody knows who I am. Align yourself with either causes, awareness, things going on in pop culture, maybe some other great books in your genre. You can go and find people that are talking about those things. Embed yourself in those conversations. That's a subtle way to really sell and promote your brand without being salesy. And every author can do that. I know you can.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm going to be today's guinea pig, okay?
Good.
So the first thing I'd like for everybody to do, including Kimya, is to go to my blog because I actually contacted her for help on my blog, and she pretty much tore it apart. and I appreciate it. With love, because I appreciate it because I had no clue, honestly, what I was doing. And I even took a class on using social media for business, and I realized when I took this class that I was doing a lot of things wrong. So we're going to kind of take apart what I'm doing, and then we're going to talk about a new book that I'm working on and see how that fits into what you just told me. Okay, so if everybody will go to my blog, which is Lynda, Lynda, Dorene, which is my middle name, and then Brown, BROWN, .blogspot.com. Now, this is Google's blogger. that I use. And, of course, I know that I need a domain name.
Mm-hmm.
But, right now finances are not where they can be. So I just went back to the generic blogspot.com.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, it's LyndaDoreenBrown.blogspot.com.
And
so
we're spelling out Doreen, or is it just Lynda D?
No, it's actually Doreen, Doreen.
Okay.
E-N-E. My mother spelled it a weird
gotcha.
way. Okay.
It just makes you special, that's all.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all. My name is Kenya, Lynda. My name is Kenya.
I love that,
though.
I like that. Exactly. Kenya. How many Kenyas are you going to find,
Not
so,
too
like
many.
you said, I do believe in being unique, which is why at a certain age I changed that I in my first name into a Y, and my mother almost had a fit. Oh, boy. Okay, so are you there?
I don't know why it's not coming up. Hang on, let me try it again. LyndaDoreenBrown.blogspot.com. Let me see. Let me try it again.
All one word, exactly. Okay. And remember, that's Lynda with a Y.
Okay, let's see. Let me use another browser. Let's see here. I got a couple browsers going on here.
Sure. Blogger actually works better with Chrome. It really does. Even when I'm posting stuff, I'm like, why is that little thing on there?
You know what? That's probably it then. Mm-hmm. Let me see, because I know I've been on there before. Let's see here. Let me see. All right, let me see. Where am I going? Why can I not get there? I'm gonna try it from my email. I know it's in my email because I looked at it. So I don't know why I can't see it. Let's see. I'll see if I can get it from my email.
If you need me to send you the link, just let me know. While she's doing that, we're also going to talk about. I'm working on a new book that I hope to have. My goal was to have it released this month, but you know how things go. I ended up releasing another book that I actually had the privilege of doing on Ty's show, Tiana Davis.
Yes.
We did it all. It's for authors. How to partner with your library and sell more books, and so I kind of put down my first supernatural real thriller. It's a horror thriller that I'm working on, and so my goal is to try to seriously get that out next month. Okay. So I wanted to, so did you get to the?
I'm there.
Okay, so you're there? Okay, great. All right, so, for those that are listening, we're going to first talk about my blog, because this is where Kenya's expertise really comes into play, okay? So I'm using myself as a guinea pig, and she's on the site. So tell me some of the things that you see right off the bat that's wrong with my blog. And be brutal.
Be brutal. I will tell people that I do it with love, and I tell people if you ask me a question, I'm not going to answer it to spare your feelings. I'm going to answer you so you can get results.
Exactly.
So I want you to get, I want you to get results. The first thing for me is it's all about content and ease on the eyes. And so the first thing with your blog, with any blog, I'm automatically seeing it's hard for me to read posts.
Right.
Because remember I was saying like the way you break stuff up. So as I'm looking, it's hard for me to read. And I'm looking around. It's hard for me to read posts. Because if you think about it, we skim, okay? I can't skim your site. I have to read it.
Okay.
Which means I have to invest some time. So if you think about it this way, if you think about it this way, I have people that will literally sit on my site. They'll say, I was on your site all day. So people will invest the time. You just got to make it easier for them. And think about it this way. If I go to your site, you got me for about 3 to 7 seconds max. Right. If you don't grab me right then, most people are going to leave. If they don't know you, they're going to leave. And so the first thing that grabs out at me is it's very hard to skim. So what you can do to fix the skimming issue is change up your style, whether it's the font size or whether it's putting more spaces between the words in your paragraphs, or even making stuff like bold. Like you can make a phrase in something bold. It's the skimming that you got to grab people with first.
Okay.
So that's the first thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, because I think this, as an author, I think this is the first thing that we do, and it's probably a mistake, because what this really is just an excerpt from my See the Satan book. Talk to me about why we should not do that on our blog.
The reason is because if I wanted to read an excerpt of your book, I would go to Amazon. I would go to Amazon or wherever and read an excerpt of your book. That's where I'm going to shop. What I want to see from an author on their blog is I want to meet the author. I want to get your spin on things. Or tell me why I should read an excerpt from your book. So let's say, for example, you want to put an excerpt there about your book. First, you got to tell me why I should read an excerpt. So what you can do is you can bring it full circle in terms of something that maybe is either going on today, or you can describe an experience, but don't make it as an excerpt. Just make it like you're having a conversation. So if you wrote a paragraph, instead of saying, read an excerpt of my book, which is not interesting, you can start with, let me tell you what happened last week at blah, 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 blah. And so you write a paragraph. We're all writers. You write a paragraph or two about something that happened. And then you can start paragraph 3 with, this directly relates to page 49 of my book, blah, blah, blah. Click here to read an excerpt. You got me right there, because you made it relatable. Does that make sense? You made it very relatable.
Absolutely.
And so what you're doing, if you do this, you're doing quite a few things that marketing-wise that you don't even realize you're doing. One, you're showing me who you are as an author, but you're also giving me a glimpse into your personality. You're also telling me that you're a real person. You're a human being. You're a woman I can easily relate to, because whatever this experience is, 9 times out of 10, I might have experienced it or know someone who experienced it. Whether it's something serious, whether it's something funny, whether it's something thought-provoking, it doesn't matter. The thing is, you're human. And when you show your human side, you automatically, you pull people into your story. You don't want to push your message. You want to pull me in. That's the difference with being, pushing is sales pitching. When I pull you in and I hook you, I got you on a subconscious emotional level. That's how, as an author, you relate to people. And so, like if you read my blog or people read how I write how I talk. And so I might do a little snippet there. I'm a woo-hooer. I might say, okay, this is a sidebar, and go on a rant. This is like regular stuff, because that's how I talk. That's how we all talk. I don't write like straight corporate, homey, humdrum. That's boring. Nobody wants to read that on a blog. A blog is about you. It's informative and you want to sell, but at the root of it, it has to be about you as a person and individual. And what you can do, if you have a full book, you have 100 excerpts. An excerpt doesn't have to be a chapter. An excerpt can be this crazy, juicy 3 paragraphs that is like so shocking. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened next? An excerpt could be the beginning of the story. An excerpt could be like close to the end where it's like a cliffhanger. You have so many excerpts in a book. So you can break that up.
Okay, great. And I also have a video on here. Now, is that effective or not effective?
Videos are by nature effective because it's multimedia and people consume content in different ways. Some people I'm a wordsmith. I love words. I never watch videos. I'm be honest. I know it sounds crazy, but I love words. Yeah, I love words. So, but I'm not everybody, and so people consume content in different ways. So you can have words, you can have video, you can have a blog post that's all pictures. Here are 5 quotes, 5 quotes from my book. Let's say you have a nonfiction book. Here is 5 quotes from my book, and you can do that in picture format. You can do an excerpt of your book in video format, like an animated, like white storyboard. So video is definitely effective. And what you can do, you can spin and flip content in your book in so many ways, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. Let's say you're writing fiction and you have a particular character. Let's call her Kathy. So Kathy is one of the characters in your book. You could have a trailer about your book, and it's just about the character Kathy. You can do picture quotes. You know, these are Kathy's top 5 for XYZ. You know, so you can do either fiction or nonfiction. You could actually create an infographic like me for my book because it's nonfiction. I could literally create an infographic and say, here's the top 10 to-dos out of I'm on social media. Now, what do I say? You don't have to think about it as just words and text on a page or in an ebook. You can literally pull that content out and spin it in a variety of ways, and definitely including video. That's how people want to consume content. They don't want to just read. That's not what your blog is for. Your book is for that. Your blog is supposed to build a relationship and let people see who you are. So always vary your content.
Wonderful advice. And let me ask you something before we move on about my blog. I understand that infographics are really a great way to really engage with your audience, especially on Pinterest. Do you find that to be true?
Absolutely. Okay. I love infographics, and people love them when I post them on my blog too.
Okay, right, gotcha. Now, another thing that you commented on was my lack of showing where I am online. And you're right, there's just this one little, if you look at the blog, you see just that one little, okay, so what's the best way to show people, is there a link or something that people can use to post where they are online with your Facebook, your Twitter, your Pinterest? Which one do you recommend?
What you can do is put a bunch of different, use the circles. So use every link that you're on, just put those icons on there so people know where to find you. Like the only reason I did research for you is because you were on my list, and I always ask people a question, and you answered me. So you noticed I said, what can I help you with, or what's your biggest challenge? And so I literally did the research. So I did the backstory, but that's the only reason I did the backstory. I wouldn't have done the backstory if I had not asked you that question. You know what I mean? So you gotta think about the people. You gotta think about the people that are not going to do the backstory. And so all you have to do is just put the icons up and say, "Follow me here." It can be as simple as that, so they know where you are.
Wow. So believe it or not, we're down to 2 minutes, Kimya. That was fantastic. And I want to give each and every one of you listening to this an opportunity to connect with Kimya. She was wonderful enough to send us a landing page, and I believe I'm pulling up my Facebook author chat page to make sure that it's on there, so that way you can engage with Kimya. And guess what? Just like she said, I filled out the information, and she immediately got back with me and said, this is what you need to do. And she did a great job on it. So if you go to www.facebook.com/authorchat and just scroll down, you'll see her great resource for online marketing. There's a link there that will take you right to her landing page. It's a wonderful landing page. It gives you a little bit about her company. Is that called Fisco Marketing?
Fisco
Marketing. Okay, great. And just like she was telling me, she's got her icons on here. She's got Kimya, what I love about this, everything is just so right there in your face.
It's in your face. There's no excuse. That's right.
Exactly. And let me just say this, especially since mobile marketing is really just blowing up. Now, is yours set up for mobile marketing as well?
Absolutely. Yep, it's responsive. It is. Yep. So no matter where you're looking, whether you're on your phone, your iPad, on your desktop, your laptop, it's there. It's the same.
Wow. Kimya, you got about 40 seconds. Tell us where we can find you online.
You can always find me as Miss Kimya anywhere. MISSKEM like Mary, YA. You can find me at MissKimya.com. I am on Facebook as Miss Kimya. I'm on Twitter as Miss Kimya. I'm on Pinterest as Miss Kimya. I'm on Instagram as Miss Kimya. There's a theme here. I'm on LinkedIn under my real name, Kimya L. Scott, because that's what I'm supposed to be. But that's it. And you can, of course, go to my landing page, sign up for that resource guide, and you'll connect with me on my website and blog as well.
Wonderful. And for those of you that, again, the name of her book is I'm on Social Media. Now What Do I Say? A comprehensive content and engagement strategy guide for entrepreneurs. And if you listened in, you see how well she was able to really work with me to try to get that. And, of course, I'm going to have to work on my blog now since she's giving me all this great advice. The ebook is $2.99, and right now it's only available in an ebook. Is that correct?
That's it, on Amazon.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, Miss Kimya, I'm going to have to get you back on the show sometime this summer because, other social media that I'm having issues with, and it's probably just because of my age, and is Instagram. For some reason, I just can't really work this thing.
Authors can do some Instagramming. Authors, I can tell you, I can give you some tips. We'll definitely have to talk about Instagram.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell you what, we'll get you back on the show, or feel free to go to our Author Chat Facebook fan page because I set this up for authors, and post some information on there about Instagram for me. I would love that.
I will.
And also information about your coaching sessions and, again, how people can connect with you because as authors, like you said, this is a great platform for us because you don't have to pay for it. Before social media, anything that you wanted to get out, you always had to have a huge budget. But now we don't have to do that, but we want to make sure that we're engaging with people and not turning people off. So this was just absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show and helping me with my blog.
You are so welcome.
Oh, sure. Any last words for my listening audience, sweetie?
I just want to tell people that, as an author, you have to remember at the end of the day, people want to meet the author. They want to learn about you. So just keep it simple and show a bit of your personality. That's really how you'll hook people. At the end of the day, it's about you. They want to meet you.
Amen. All right. So I guess I'll start taking those excerpts off and start posting some. Because I have another blog, and we didn't get a chance to talk about this, and it actually features my cat, Nick the cat, the Adventures of Nick the cat. And you know what? I get more engagement with that.
I can. Pets, that's a whole, I'm telling you, we can have a whole conversation about pets and social media. Yes, I'm serious. I'm so serious.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, sweetheart, I'll definitely be sending an olive branch to you or another invitation for you to come on the show, for sure, because this has been very helpful. And I know that you have not only helped me, but you've helped a lot of people, so I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, sweetheart. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll catch you here next time on the Author Chat Show.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, again, that was author and internet marketing guru Kimya, Kenyal Scott, known on social media as Miss Kimya. And as you noticed, to find her, she kept everything consistent. Miss Kimya on Facebook, Miss Kimya on LinkedIn, Miss Kimya on Twitter. So, this is if you really want to learn how to really get that social marketing working for you, you've got to get a copy of her book. It's only $2.99, guys, and I tell you, you would be spending, if you went to some of these conferences that people will actually put on in different cities, to get the same information, you'd be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, at least thousands of dollars. So she's made this very easy guide for you to do that. And again, it's all you have to do is just put your email address in and your first name, and it should give you instant access to the guide, the Blogger Resource Guide, which is actually what I got a copy of. And then her ebook, I'm on social media. Now What Do I Say? For $2.99 on Amazon. I'm going to go ahead and tweet and post this information again on all my social media sites. And I really hope that if you're struggling on social media like I was, that you take advantage of this, okay? Well, that's the end of our show for today. I really hope that you learned some things off of here. I know I did. Ms. Kimya is absolutely wonderful, and I thank her again for coming on and helping us with this. We will see you next Saturday here on the Author Chat Show. So stay blessed. Goodbye.